Yeah, so the topic today is Wack 100 fight against two white men. I'm gonna wait till a few people get on live, but I want to talk about this, man. I really, really want to talk about this, man. Like, how do people feel about Wack 100 fighting against those two white men? And let's be clear here. I don't have a problem with a white person at all. I love everybody. My issue is white people that are racist, white people that hate black people, white supremacy, things of that nature. That's my issue. If you white and you hate black people, then that's my issue. My thing is with that whole situation. All right, so you had a person filming it, right? The person that's filming that fight, was he black? That's my question. Was he black? So, for those who don't know, Wack 100 got into a fight with two white men. You know what I mean? And they was trying to jump him. So Wack 100, he got busy. He did what he was supposed to do. He didn't run. He was trying to fight both of them. Or no, he wasn't trying to fight both of them. He was fighting both of them. And he caught one guy, and then the other guy was, trying to, just jump at him a little bit, but he ain't really want to rip with Wack 100. The first guy that he caught, he dropped him. And then the second guy was just trying to flinch at him, whatever the case may be. The guy threw something at him, then he was like, no, take down his license plate. I don't know exactly what was the issue with those two white men trying to fight Wack 100 or jump him. All I know is when Wack dropped one of them, the other guy that he had his hands up with and they kept flinching. Wack was trying to throw them short arms, right? But, Wack was telling yo, now get down, stay down, like, get out of here. Then I heard Wack say something like, man, I pay more property taxes than both of y'all put together. Then a couple other white men were walking up. Now, again, this ain't got nothing to do with a black versus white versus black thing. I don't know what was the issue with those two white men trying to jump Wack. But my question is, was it a black man recording the video? That's my question. And if it was a black man recording the video, I have a pro and a con to him recording the video. My pro is this. Okay, you know this Wack 100. You know this video may be a good video. So you on your tip like, all right, let me record it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo, this is Wack. This is probably going to go viral. Let me record it. And on top of that, I'm going to try to play devil's advocate a little bit. Wack was kind of like handling his own. It wasn't even kind of. Wack was handling his own situation. So I can see you on your tip like, okay, this good footage. Wack ain't losing for real. He dropped main man. Let me just keep recording it. But on the flip side, right? I'm going to play angel's advocate now. Yo, after all the shit that black people went through, right? Just in case this was a hate crime, And even if it wasn't a hate crime, because it don't have to be a hate crime to get jumped. Like a lot of guys just feel like it's no one-on-ones, right? Like that's why some guys roll. Like if I see my man fighting, I'm jumping in it. No one-on-ones. I'm not advocating that. All I'm saying is the facts is you got guys that feel like, yo, listen, it ain't no one-on-ones. I'm jumping in it. So even after all the things that black people went through for 2020, you see two white men jumping or trying to jump a black person, and obviously you watch the whole thing from the beginning. Why wouldn't you jump in it? Now I know what people are going to ask me, right? They're going to say, well, if it was two black guys, would you jump in? Would you jump in to try to save the other black guy? This ain't got nothing to do with the other. If that happened, then we'd get to that question. But until then, it didn't happen. If was a fifth, all of y'all would be drunk. I don't drink. I'm drug free. So I'm going to say all of y'all would be drunk. If was anything, maybe something else would be different. But we're going to stick to the topic at hand. The topic at hand is we seen two white men trying to jump a black man on top of that black man being Wack 100. Now, it's obvious we don't know nobody knows how it started. Like, nobody knows how it started, like, initial started. But all we know is that Wack was out there with them short arms. He caught one of them. Listen, with them short arms, and and you know what's so crazy about that short arm? That short arm probably strong as hell, you hear me? It's like you trying to throw a brick, it's like trying to throw a brick and you weak, right? You lift that brick up and you get that last little bit of strength and you throw it. But the throw is slow. But when it land or whatever it land, oh yeah, that shit's gonna hurt. If it land on your toe, no matter how slow you threw that brick, if it land on your toe, it's gonna hurt. If it land on your head, it's gonna hurt. He caught that man with a slow left, and it was short and slow. He said, "You better go. You better get out of." Bop. Man, when that white man got up, he was leaking. Wack said, I might got short arms, but and I might swing slow, but it hurt. Oh man! See, okay. So no makeup though. So no makeup though said I think he would have stopped recording if things would have went left. Okay. That's possible. That's possible. And so and that's the thing, right? I'm not getting at the guy because a lot of us, a lot of black men have uh been known for recording real life situations and not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless of what, like for 2020, a lot of our black men have been known for just recording and not doing nothing. And again, if it don't apply, let it fly. But at the end of the day, yes, Wack was handling his situation. He got both of them out the clear. And, I'm not going to say if it was a racist thing, but I could see people saying it is a racist thing. I could see it. I don't know. I guess recording it a little bit and jumping in it. either way, thank God that Wack was able to handle his situation. I could see it. I could see if a person got upset about it and was like, "Nah, dude should have jumped in it." It's like I could see it either way. Dude should have jumped in it. Nah, man, dude shouldn't have jumped in it. Wack was handling this situation. It was good. It wasn't like Wack was getting pounded out. Wack ain't even get hit, to be honest with you. But when them other white guys started walking up, I am going to say this. That's when I would have put the camera down and said, "Now, listen, y'all walking up for what? What's up? It's over with. This ain't going to be," because a couple more white guys started walking up, and then it could have got shaky from there. And again, be clear. This ain't no black and white versus black. This is what, just looking at what I seen and going after what we've been through as black men in the United States of America. Like, come on. Come on. All right. If I'm guilty for recording the first situation and I'm watching it and it looked like Wack is I'm talking about like Wack don't need no help. Like, this could be a situation, even if Wack was my man, I would sit back and be like, "Oh shit, look at him. Yo, go ahead." Like, laughing at the situation, right? If it would have got ugly, okay, now I'm jumping in it. But when those other men started walking up, now let me put this, if you got to turn the camera to you, listen, I don't know what's going on with these other guys, but I'm about to cut this off and see what's up with that. I would have did something like that. Facts. Let me turn this camera around. Let me let the world know, like, listen, I don't know what's about to happen, but it's too many of these white men walking up. So I'm going to holler at y'all. See, and I can respect that. I can respect that. See, I can respect that too. Auto gang, Kev, I can respect that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, it's like one of them situations where it's like, you know what? Dude shouldn't have been recording. I ain't mad if you feel that way. If you on your tip, like, nah, dude was cool, Wack was handling his business, I ain't mad at that either. But the only thing that I'm saying is, soon as everybody else start walking up, I'm walking up. Like, I'm cutting this joint off. Again, if you want to put yourself out there to let people know, yo, I don't know what's going on, but yo, let me let everybody know, like my family, this shit is about to go down now. You know what I'm saying? We at so and so and so and so. Push through. That's the tip that I'm on. But again, we don't know what that man did because nothing transpired when those guys walked up. We don't know if he put the camera down. We don't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say he did something wrong or right. I'm just throwing it out there for awareness. Just for awareness. That's it. But that just goes to show now, back to the reason why I'm talking about this, right? It just goes to show why we need to stick together. That's the reason when I be talking, this is the reason why I say we need to stick together. Not to go against white people or anybody else. We just need to stick together, period. That's the whole game plan, sticking together. Realizing that at the end of the day, even in Philadelphia, you seen where those other guys, those white guys, they were saying, listen, you come out here, it's going to be a problem. You come out here, we're protecting our village. So me saying the same thing about us protecting us, what's the difference? You are not wrong for protecting your village. So white people say, yo, we coming together to protect our village. It's nothing wrong with that. You doing the right thing. Us saying the same thing, it's nothing wrong with it. Yo, we coming together, we're protecting our village. Now, if you see a person getting jumped, yeah, you jumping in it. Bottom line. Whatever happens in our family happens and stay in our family. We can handle our family like anybody else. And no matter what profession you in, everybody protects their family. The police protect their family. You go to the NBA. If one guy starts swinging, everybody else jumping in it, fighting, arguing, swinging, wrestling. If a family member getting into something, everybody's getting in it. So what's the difference when we say protect each other? What's the difference? There's no difference. Now, like I said, I did hear Wack say, yo, I pay more property taxes than both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what happened, how it went down. All I know is we just seen Wack fighting two white men. That's it. Well, okay. So Riz, that's the whole. We know that black people or our own tear things down. The thing that we need to figure out is how do we fix the mind state of our own. When you're poor, man, you do poor things. Bottom line. See, that's the thing about, we have to understand the psyche of a poor person. Now, your poor or my poor may be different. Some people poor is more so, oh, if you homeless, then you poor. My poor is, if you live check to check, then you might be poor. And I'm talking about not living check to check by choice. You live in check to check because you have no other way of earning an income, or you don't have no other way of generating no money. And your thought process don't go further than what you're going to work for. That's poor to me. And sometimes, you know, the things that you are accustomed to, how you raised, what your environment is poor. So if you living in a city like Philadelphia, Philadelphia is a poor city. So yes, when you say motivate people to do better, you have to get into the psyche of why people do the things that they do. What causes people to do the things that they do? Fat food, drugs, trauma, things of that nature. So now once we get the understanding of the psyche, the next question is, how do we break that generational curse? How do we break that trend? We have to put things in place for those elements that cause people to be negative. Okay, trauma. Okay, so I'm gonna put counseling inside of trauma. One thing about us with trauma, we are afraid to talk to people. We're afraid to tell people that we're hurting. As a man growing up in an aggressive neighborhood, I wasn't raised to be soft. I wasn't raised to be weak. I wasn't raised to tell a person that I'm hurting inside. I had to learn that I can talk to somebody as I got older. I had to learn that I can talk to somebody when I became a grown man, not a man, but a grown man who accept accountability, a grown man who understand that God gave me feelings and I have to use these feelings for different reasons. So you got to make sure you tap into the psyche of what a person is going through before we can just say, yo, you just got to do better. Or, you know what, y'all tearing down our community. Okay, what's the reason? What is the reason? And after we figure out the reason, now we got to tap in. If this person is receptive to learning, I'm receptive to giving him what he needs or she needs. See, a lot of us can't deal with people. This is why us as black people, we kind of stay at a minimum, or we stay at a medium. When people say things like, a lot of us don't know how to communicate. A lot of us don't know how to talk. A lot of us don't know how to be receptive to a person's feelings. For example, when a person tell you that you made them upset, when a person tell you that, you know what, I don't like what you did to me and I feel some type of way, The first thing a lot of us do as black people, especially us as men, we defend our feelings behind how a person is feeling about us. That's what we do. We defend our feelings. If a woman say, yo, you hurt me, the first thing a lot of us as men say is, yo, I ain't hurt you. I ain't even do nothing. All I was doing was and I was back there and over there and I. We don't never ask the question of how did I hurt you? And then after you ask that question of how did I hurt you, the next thing is what can I do to make it better? How can I make this situation better? Or give me a second. Let me take a look at that. Let me process that in. Because maybe I overlooked how you was feeling at that moment. And this could go for man on woman, man on man, woman on man, woman on woman. At the end of the day, our communication skills is shot to the floor because we don't know how to communicate. So before we start talking about, and this is not coming at nobody in here, but I'm just saying, before we just be saying, yo, it's this, it's that, why you doing this? They don't care, they don't care. We got to get in the psyche of why people are the way they are. And the number one reason is people are poor. Poor. The only thing people know is survival. That's it. Survival tactics, survival skills. How can I get through the day? I'm not worrying about in a week. I'm not worrying about in a month. I don't have a 1-year plan. I don't have a 5-year plan. The only plan that I have is making it through the day. Making it through the day is the only plan that I have in order to be successful. It's a fresh 24 hours. Living for the moment, living by the moment. That's the bigger piece right there. And yes, Riz, communication is the key. Communication is the number one reason why relationships don't work. You think I'm talking about just a regular relationship, girlfriend and boyfriend relationship. I'm talking about relationships, period. Parent and child relationships, siblings relationships, cousins relationships, business relationships, anything that you can think of. Communication is the number one reason why things don't work. Because if I can't articulate or you can't communicate to me, then we're going to go left. We all going to go left. So, again, back to the Wack situation. We definitely have to just be mindful of what's going on out here. And the thing that we need to understand is this. Everybody is sticking together. It's our time to stick together. And again, it's nothing wrong with sticking together. Don't look at it as a racial thing. Look at it as a community thing. Look at it as a family thing. The fact of the matter is, you have Asians, you have Europeans, and you have Africans. Everybody else is sticking together. No matter what you say or do, that don't make you a bad person. It's okay to stick together. And it's okay to take the back seat. It's okay to take the side seat. If your ability and if you are the number one draft pick to take the front seat, take the front seat. But the fact of the matter is, we all need to be sitting together, protecting each other. And hopefully we don't have to see one of those incidents where this man is getting jumped or trying to get jumped. And it's just like, what do we do from there? So that's about it, though. I just wanted to jump jump on, touch bases, and say that the guy that was recording, if he was black, if anybody's mad at him for not jumping in it, I get it. If you not mad at him for not jumping in it because Wack was handling his business, I get it. You know, all I'm saying is if that shit got crazy and he ain't put that phone down, when those white guys started walking over to Wack, that'd be a problem, man. That would definitely be a problem. B. McFly, top motivator in the world, and your sober messenger.